The document outlines a new presidential executive order focused on reversing policies and directives from the previous administration, citing their alleged adverse effects on governance, society, and the economy. Purpose and policy. The new administration seeks to eliminate what it describes as harmful and divisive practices embedded in federal agencies under the previous administration. It criticizes initiatives such as diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, for replacing merit-based governance with preferential treatment. Policies on climate, immigration, and public health are identified as contributors to inflation, overregulation, and the depletion of resources. The overarching goal is to restore common-sense governance, focusing on unity, fairness, safety, and prosperity. Revocation of prior executive actions. The order explicitly revokes a comprehensive list of executive orders, memoranda, and proclamations issued between January 20th, 2021, and January 16th, 2025. These include racial equity and DEI, revoking directives advancing racial equity, DEI, and accessibility across federal programs and workforces. Climate policies, repealing actions targeting climate change mitigation, clean energy promotion, and climate-related financial risks. Immigration and border policies, ending policies related to asylum processing, immigration enforcement priorities, and family reunifications. COVID-19 response, rescinding measures that addressed the pandemic, including testing, worker protections, and equitable recovery. Social policies, eliminating orders aimed at preventing discrimination based on gender identity and sexual orientation. Economic and labor policies, undoing initiatives for worker rights, federal contracting transparency, and economic relief. Educational equity, terminating actions promoting educational equity and excellence for underserved communities. National security, overturning certain memoranda on international issues, oil leasing bans, and national security memoranda reviews. Implementation. Agency review. Federal agencies must immediately halt the implementation of DEI and other revoked initiatives. Policy re-evaluation. The Domestic Policy Council, DPC, and National Economic Council, NEC, are tasked with identifying additional actions to rescind, replace, or amend to foster American prosperity. Recommendations are due within 45 days. National security. The National Security Advisor, NSA, is directed to review all national security memoranda, NSMs, issued during the previous administration to assess potential harm. Recommendations for rescission are due within 45 days. General provisions. The order emphasizes that it will be implemented in accordance with applicable laws and funding availability. It clarifies that the order does not create enforceable rights or benefits against the U.S. government. Key takeaways. This executive order represents a broad rejection of the previous administration's policies, focusing on reorienting governance towards merit-based and less regulated systems, criticizing social policies, especially those associated with DEI, equity, and climate change, streamlining directives by replacing or rescinding past orders to align with the current administration's vision for prosperity and security. It marks the first step in an effort to overhaul federal policies and administrative approaches over the coming term. Subscribe for more!